someone asked me, can I show how to fix lace ripples? I just seen y'all yesterday and we talked about a wig that was great, also will lay flat on your forehead. Today I'm going to be talking about if you already have the wig and you want to install it, but this part keeps rippling. So I'm just going to install this wig today that I am wearing. Kind of pulled it out. It's already been worn. The lace is already cut. I'm going to show you how I install to prevent lace ripples at the hairline. When it comes to installing, is making sure that the elastic band in the back is loosened. A lot of times if you tighten up the band too tight and then do your wig install, what's going to happen is when you go to release it, it could cause the lace to ripple a little bit or the install to be funny looking at the lace area. Always start with the straps in the back loosened. Right now I have the other one, but I may take that one off. You don't want anything that's going to press the lace tight before you go to install. You want it to be a little bit loose. Another option is to make sure that the cap that you're wearing is not too big for your head. So if your cap is too big, you probably want to go back into that hairline some and cut it so that it will line up perfectly. Making sure you get the right size is also important. The ones I share usually do offer small, medium, and large. It's always easy to get the size you need if you need it and just adjust it a little bit. I removed the band, so now the cap is a bit loose. You want to also start by pushing the hairline back, making sure you can see it like so. So I'm going to just push the hairs back like this so we can see what type of lace we're working with. I believe this wig does come with that natural hairline. It's an upgraded hairline and also Swiss lace, so it blends really well. Looking at this cap, you can already see that the front of it is sticking up like this. This is what we talked about in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out. That way you can get more information and understand what I'm talking about in this video. The lace is pretty good. It's just with this cap, it does fit me very well. The way the front is made, as you see, it's going to stick up a little bit. So usually if that happens, when you go to glue it down, you can get rippling. So positioning your wig on your head plays a part. So I'm going to place my wig a little bit further in front of the hairline, because if I was to place it, I could place it back here. If I place it too far up, it can cause that rippling, or if I place it too far back. So you want to find the right position. For the install today, we are going to use glue. I'm using My Sticky Little Secret lace glue. Of course, I'm starting off with a clean forehead. I'm going to go ahead and spray a skin protector over the skin. And I always start out with the skin protector. They also have their skin protector. This helps the bond to last longer if you are looking for a 2-week hold. So just apply that over the skin before you start. I'm going to start here at the forehead area because I feel like if you start on the sides, what's going to happen is this part is going to stick up. Now, I did do a video a while ago sharing with you guys that if you have this problem, you can just put small slits, just little small slits, especially if you leave a little bit of lace right there on the temple areas, and glue this part, and it also help with rippling. Start with your straps loose in the back. And then you want to make sure you're starting at the center of the forehead first. Place the glue. And with this glue, you only need just a dot or maybe 2 or 3 dots. It spreads really well. That's what I noticed. If you're wondering, I have used this glue and it lasts. The glue will give you a 2-week hold. At first, when you do apply, it's a little bit shiny with the initial install. However, over the few days of wearing it, I noticed that it dulls down. Hairline just looks more and more natural. It helps blend the lace. When you're using this glue also, you want to make sure you're letting this dry between layers. So I'm going to apply this first layer, and then I'm going to let this dry until it's clear. And that can take some time. You don't have to worry about this completely drying like wig adhesive sprays. For the most part, it's that feeling of it's grabbing more so than sticky, if that makes sense. So just let it sit and have patience. It don't take long to dry. So it's dry and it's ready to be laid down. So like I said, we're going to start here in the center. So when placing your lace, for one, make sure there's no distractions. I'm going to say this a million times. Make sure the hair is out of the lace. So I'm going to take the lace. I'm going to take this right here. It's kind of like a mini flat iron. I'm going to put it in my products I use link in the description box. And also this glue and everything will be down there. It's at 350, and just go over the lace to kind of flatten it down some. You don't have to leave it on there long, just enough. If you have a really good quality lace, and this is a really good quality lace, it should not affect it at all. Because I've had some lace melt on me, and I was like, girl, that ain't it. But for the most part, SuperBwigs, their lace is really good. So you can do this. And this is going to flatten down the lace. If you have any like shabby little strands from the lace, make sure you clean that up too. But for the most part, you want to make sure you flatten it down so that it's not pointing certain ways you don't want it to point. You can even curl it under just a little bit. That way you can make sure it lays flat. Now I want you to see something. This is how you know when your glue is ready. Watch my finger. Do you see that grab? Let it go. Do that. Don't test it like that, because of course you're going to turn it white, and you don't want that. See how that turned white? That's because in the inner part of the glue is still a bit wet. So you want to make sure that your glue is completely dry. This takes about 24 hours to cure. So I would honestly say don't get into any water. Try not to sweat too much. When you initially install your wig, give it time to cure down completely before you start doing all that. And then you will be good to go for 2 weeks. Ready? Make sure the hairline is lined up. And then you want to place down this part first. And it only took this glue about 3 to 5 minutes to turn clear. So start right there at that center. Press that down. And then work your way to the side. Make sure all of the lace is laid down. Do the same thing with this side. You can press it. You can use your fingers. Just make sure you're using clean hands and not dirty. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of rippling, so I'm going to take it back up and make sure I'm pressing as I'm going. You can use your spatula too if you have one. If you don't, I will have it in the product I use link below. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to rush the process, because the glue is not going to completely dry on you like adhesive spray. So you have time. Now what I'm going to do, I did the same process with the side. This side, I'm going to go ahead and press that down, adding a little bit of pull, but not too much. You want to make sure the temple area right here is flat. This is where you need it to be flat. So you can press there and then pull down here at the sides. Add a little tension. Okay, so once I have the center already glued in one side, I go back and I tighten the straps in the back so that it's secure. And I do that because, like I said, when you have bulging right there, you want it to lay as flat as possible. So it's going to pull that lace a bit so that it can assist with that. But make sure it's comfortable, because if you're going to be wearing your wigs for a couple of weeks, if you're gluing it down, then definitely you want it to be comfortable. But as you can see, already it's laying down. So let me do the other side and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the My Sticky Little Secret melting spray, and this is going to touch that edge of the lace. If you ever have problems, or you may have pieces that didn't lay down with the glue because you put maybe the glue too far back or something, then this comes in handy. And it also helps to give a little bit, I'm going to use it on my finger, just a little bit extra hold. I did notice when I wore the glue long term for about 2 weeks or so, all I had to do if I had any problems is use a little bit of the spray around the hairline. I also used it for creating edges if I needed to. And it kind of rebonds it back if you have little edges of lace that do lift. But for the most part, the glue holds down super well. Touch up that edge of lace because it's showing. This spray here is going to melt it down really well. So now I'm going to pull everything up and tie down this hairline. You want to tie it down for 15-20 minutes all day if you're not going anywhere. The longer the better sometimes. I want to use a skinny edge band for this just because I want to make sure we're not going to get any ripples. And as you can see so far, there is no ripples. So we're going to keep that by tying this down. Yep, and just let that sit. In the meantime, we can style the hair. The hair is pretty good on this wig. I love the highlights in it. It has some beautiful what is this, like brownish highlights. Unlike the wig from yesterday, that one was a bit more blonde, very blonde, may not work for everyone. But this one, if you're looking for something a little bit more softer in highlights, it has these beautiful dark brown roots with brown and blonde streaks going through. So pretty. You can part this wig anywhere you want to on the lace. It is a 13x6 cap. I'm gonna add some of this to the parting. I did not bleach the knots, but I don't feel like I need to. For the most part, it looks really good when you part it. But if you want to be extra like this and add some foundation to the parting, you can. Give it that scalp color, lighten it up a bit. So let's take a look at the hairline now that everything is done. And as you can see, no ripples in that lace. It's laying super flat. Looks really good. I love this hair. It's so lightweight. It's so pretty. And the highlights just make it so realistic looking. It's not like a flat color, basically. I think this one comes in lengths all the way up to 16 inch. It's meant to look natural, basically. But as you can see, everything is nice and tight. The hairline looks super good. So I will have this wig linked below in the description box for you guys, along with any discounts. And I will also put the products I use down below in the description box for you, just in case you are looking for anything from today's video. If you are having problems with your lace rippling and you have just the regular caps already, I hope this tip helped you. I hope the way I installed helped you. That way it can lay flat for you and you can just look flawless this summer. However, like, I do feel like most companies should upgrade to that 2.0 cap because it is amazing. And again, this color is gorgeous too for summer. I don't know, it's just something about it. I just really like it. It's so pretty. Let's get a close-up. You see that? It has like these really soft highlights. The hair is gorgeous too. It's so soft. Holds a curl very, very well. So again, everything will be linked below. Thank you guys so much for joining me back. Probably tomorrow for another video because I need to catch up. I've been behind because of Mother's Day weekend. I kind of did so much, but yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.